Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Jessica's Music Talk Pod. Today, I will receive a musician from Luxembourg who will come to speak about his band and the release they will have on the 2nd of May. But before I receive my guest, I want to thank all the people who follow the podcast, all the people who like the videos, who subscribe to the channel. uh, I noticed that a lot of I have more views than people subscribe. That means that a lot of people who watch the videos are not subscribed to the channel. Don't forget that the best way to help the podcast and also to help the artists that are interviewed in the podcast is to subscribe to the channel, to like the videos. It doesn't cost anything. And also share the videos. You can also comment the videos if you want. And if you want to be a part of every time the new episode is released, you can also activate the notification bells. You can also follow the Instagram page Jessica Lobo Musica, and you can also like the Facebook page of the Jessica's Music Talk Pod, where you not only find the episodes but also some news about releases and also about events and yes, and news about the Luxembourgish music scene and the Portuguese music scene, and also about music associations, organizations, and so on. So I have new features since last week. So last week I released the first episode of the special edition Music and More. I had David Rocas from the Rocas Bar in Luxembourg who came to speak about this place where a lot of music happens, and that has an impact in the local music scene. And from this week on, I will try to have 2 episodes instead of 1 episode. So on Thursdays, you will have music made in Lux with Luxembourgish musicians and bands. And on Fridays, you will have Portuguese, so Música Nacional with about the Portuguese music scene with Portuguese musicians and bands. I will try to see it's in test mode, so I will try to see if it works well, and if it works well, I will continue like that for the future. And now, yes, now I am very, very glad to welcome Hugo Nogueira from the PRAETOR. How are you, Hugo?
I'm good. Thanks for having me. How are you?
Thanks for accepting the invitation. I am very grateful that you are here, and I am very happy because people know you, a lot of people know you with your former band, Lost in Pain, but since 2 or 3 years, I think you have a new project. It's called PRAETOR. How do you pronounce it?
PRAETOR, it's perfect. Yeah,
Okay,
but
PRAETOR.
you can pronounce it in a few ways since it's a Latin name. You know, you can
Okay,
PRAETOR, as we would
PRAETOR.
say it in Portuguese, PRAETOR, or we can say PRAETOR. Whatever, it's correct in so many ways. So it's a cool name because of that. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
we will speak
PRAETOR
about it.
exists actually since 5 years already. But yeah, I
Okay.
understand the 2 pandemic years. I kind of have a twisted thing going on. I kind of forget these years too, so it's normal. Yeah,
Okay, so it exists since 5 years. We will
yeah.
talk about the whole history of this new project of yours, and I'm very happy because you will have a release on the 2nd of May. We will talk about all this. We will talk about the band. We will talk about the music, the way of working and also about the release. We will give all the details, and don't forget, people, I will put all the details and links for the PRAETOR band, social media, Spotify, YouTube, and also for the event of the release. I will put here in the description of the interview. So let's start with the first question. How did this PRAETOR adventure begin? What is the history of it?
Yeah, so it basically, in my point of view, it basically started as I played in a band, in a tribute band with Alex, the drummer. We went to the south of France to play 2 shows with other friends of ours, which had also other tribute bands. And yeah, the trip was amazing. The concerts went pretty well. We loved to play with each other. And as we came back, I had kind of the idea and the joke to Alex, and I asked him, we should do an all-star band of the tribute band and do our own thing as a trash band. Yeah, why not? Let's see. And yeah, it's actually started as a serious joke, if you want to. Yeah. And that was like back in 2018. But yeah, it took almost 2 years to start the project as you know it right now.
Okay, so what were you tributing? Which band were you?
Alex and I were tributing Metallica, and then was Sebastian. He played for the tribute in Pantera, and Noemi for a tribute in Sepultura. So, and that were the 3 bands playing together the 2 nights in south of France. And that's when we came back, I had the stupid idea.
So
not a
great.
Stupid idea, because I think it turned out pretty well for us. So yeah, because we like to do it. That's why.
It's not a stupid idea, and only good names: Pantera, Metallica, and Sepultura. Sepultura, which is one of my favorite metal bands of all, for sure. I saw them live. And you did the first act.
True, with Lost in Pain. With Lost in Pain and Alex as a replacement for Luca.
Yeah, that's true. I remember that. I remember
kind of funny.
You say it was a long time ago, but it was like 9 years ago.
I think so, yeah. I think.
And I never forgot this this concert. When I went to the concert, I went with friends that are real fans of Sepultura, and I never expected that it would be one of my favorite concerts of all the concerts where I was in my whole life.
That's great.
Came out of this concert like revived, you know.
That's why we go to shows and to concerts to bring back some cool memories. So that's amazing. I also bring a lot of cool memories from that show. It was kind of bizarre because we had a replacement drummer, but of course, I mean, if you can play with alongside heroes of yours, it's amazing. That
and
was kind of
is a little venue, so it was very intimate. You know, you were really near to the artists, and my God, it was great.
Yeah, I was passing like backstage, and you hear like the wooden walls like shaking from everywhere because Eloy was warming up his feet, so it went like for an hour straight with his feet, what I'm doing with my hands. So crazy. So and that alone, that kind of stuff is amazing to experience. So yeah, only cool memories. Sure.
Yeah, very cool memories, and you did a great show too, guys.
Thank you.
I really liked Lost in Pain too. I was,
of course, cool.
The songs are so great too, and
thank you.
And I also had the chance to participate with you for a Portuguese song at your. It was an event you did for anniversary, I think, of Lost in Pain, and we sang Salmon from Shoot. It was great.
It was cool. And you did Salmon and Greed, I think.
Yeah,
The
yes, I did the
backings
backing.
for that was cool. Yeah.
Yeah, and really, I'm very, very glad that you gave me this chance. It was an honor to be with
Well,
you on stage.
the same
You,
goes
all
for
of
us. I
you
think
guys.
all the guests were amazing, and we were kind of thankful for having you with us because you brought also the people and the amazing atmosphere we had that night. I think it was a really cool night. I recall a few things because I think we partied a lot after that, but
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, we did. Rock and roll or not rock and roll.
Not
So
always. The most shows I recall everything because yeah, I'm not the guy for. I'm not as rock and roll as you might think. So
no, but for this night, we after partied all together very
yeah,
well, and it was really nice. It was very fun. So yeah, I told Ricardo that I never sang with metal, but yes, I sang with you
you did,
guys.
you did,
I
you
did.
did. Yeah.
So yeah, so I did metal
It's
before
almost a hard
Halloween.
rock song, great. If you can call it hard rock too, it's
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, and
It,
the lyrics of this song is so. I know we will talk about Preacher, but
no
for the
worries. I mean,
people,
I was part of that too. So and it's a huge part of my career if you want to, so it's totally fine to speak about it. There's nothing to hide, so don't worry.
yeah, because I am sure that the songs are still available online in the streaming
They should, yeah.
platforms, and I recommend everybody to listen to Greed because this
Hmm.
song is not only good musically spoken, but
Thank you.
the lyrics are
Okay.
so important, and that was really what impacted me the most in that song because you pass messages with your lyrics, and you really care about social situations.
Hmm.
And this song has a very, very important message in it. So I will put the link for this song here also
Thank you.
in the description because I really want the people to go to listen to the lyrics of this song and think about the world we are living today. Yeah, it's important. It can have an impact. Yeah,
Well,
and
thank you so much.
so you're welcome. And so Preacher began. Then you were all doing tributes in the south of France, and you came back. So I cannot say you came back to Luxembourg because you are from Luxembourg, with the other musicians. They are from the frontier, from France.
Of course, yeah.
Um, and you decided, okay, let's do our stuff. It was really nice. We liked it. So how did all start with the music writing and all the working process?
Yeah, as you might know, yeah, as you know, uh, there were two bands at one certain one moment. You know, I had Lost in Pain and Preater going on because Preater is not a replacement for Lost in Pain or whatsoever. The idea was to have two bands, and the two bands should go along. So, unfortunately, what happened to Lost in Pain happened, but I kept moving on. I moved on with Preater. So. Uh, and what I was wanting to tell you is that, yeah, because of that, mainly the first songs, you know, were almost written by Alex and Noemi because
Okay,
I
great.
was touring with Lost in Pain when we began with Preacher. Because I had the idea to form Preacher with Alex, but then we started to tour with Lost in Pain. I was like, oh, I don't have time to do both bands. So I kind of went out again. They started to search for a singer and a guitarist. They didn't find one. uh, in meantime, things started to get a bit wacky with Lost in Pain, and yeah, we were doing less and less. We lost the bassist again. Lineup changes going on, and I was, yeah, we were all very frustrated at the time, and I was kind of needing something to pull me up, you know. And Preacher came, yeah, in the perfect moment to pick me up. And I saw it as a second chance, if you want to. And I found really great people, and I was lucky they didn't find a singer, so I could go back to the band I formed with Alex. So that was kind of ironic and very fun. But yeah, it never PRAETOR never was meant to replace anything. So it should be a parallel project. So, but yeah, it went as it went. So.
Yeah, I can remember the struggling you had with the bass players. I
Yeah.
remember that very
And
well.
yeah, what I was telling, sorry, is that Noemi wrote most of the first album, but we write like everyone has its idea. If it's only a riff or a whole song, everybody brings his elements in every song. So we have the golden rule, if you want, all songs belong to the band, not to one songwriter. Or we don't have that kind of singer-songwriter thing, which is very great and cool. I still work like that, I bring whole songs still, but everyone writes his own thing to the song. So it's yeah, it doesn't matter who writes the song. It's always a PRAETOR song. It's never a Hugo song or a Noemi song or an Alex song, and that's what's really really great in that band. Yeah.
Oh, so
So
great.
yeah,
It's really a team job. It's we are a
it is
team,
totally.
and everybody will have the rights will be divided for
Yeah.
the whole elements of for all elements of the band. So you didn't write all the lyrics then. So
I
Noemi.
did, I did.
Okay, they
as the
only did
singer,
the
but
instrumental part.
but everyone does his instrumental part, and we
Okay.
also bring arrangement ideas, tempo changing, what, and that brings every detail makes the song. So it's not fair to have like 50% if I write the lyrics. It's on the book, it's like that, but we don't see it as such a thing. We like to do it equal for everyone, so you feel motivated equally too, that's really important.
Okay, great. Yeah, this is really nice, and I find this also very just.
It's healthy, believe me, because there are no such discussions as, yeah, but I also
how
spit
much percent?
like on the lyric paper, and yeah, how many percentage or whatever. That's yeah.
Yeah, that's really healthy, like you say, and I admire that, and yeah, it's a good advice for all the other bands.
I don't
If
know.
you have to have a good,
Might be,
healthy band, everybody understanding with each other, this is the way
that's
to
the main
go.
thing. That's the main thing.
And about the music style, for example, in comparison with Lost in Pain, what is different with this project? I feel that it is a little bit more adult, that's for sure.
Okay.
In the power also, yeah, Alex is amazing. Yeah, he brings an amazing power to with the drums to your music, and you really feel that you feel
I
the power with
definitely do.
everybody,
Yeah.
but Alex has such an important role on it. And
He
yeah,
asked
what
because the drummer does the rhythm part. So yeah, it's for me really. He doesn't like when I say that, but he did 50% of the job, and if you're talking about a thrash metal band, because that's also what's different in comparison with Lost in Pain, we're a straight thrash metal band. We know we play thrash metal. Like with Lost in Pain, we had, okay, we can play thrash metal, but we also can play hard rock. We also can play new metal, or we always were trying to create our own kind of metal genre, uh, which is not really the case with PRAETOR. PRAETOR is kind of trying to create their own thrash metal, if you want to, you know. And I think the fact of having one direction, it can also be very helpful, but it can also be kind of limiting in a certain way. But you still find yourself in a comfort zone, which is also really great again. So you have your pros and cons everywhere, but in comparison, I would definitely tell that would be the difference. Yeah. And
Yeah.
Alex is a great drummer, and as simple as that. Alex is the best drummer for PRAETOR, and Luca was the best drummer for Lost in Pain. If you want another comparison.
Yeah, of course. Well, yeah, Luca is also good drummer. He's now at the Atomic Rocket Cedars.
Yes.
And he's also playing with Luca Ferraz. We talked about him on the interview with Lucas 3 weeks ago, and 2 weeks ago, I think. And yes, and Luca is a very good drummer, but with a different style. So
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's really you put the right name on what I felt, on the difference I felt myself when I listened to Lost in Pain and to PRAETOR. PRAETOR, it's more trashy for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
And that's perhaps why I feel that it has more this adult attitude, because it's more trashy, it's more powerful. What about the lyrics? Do you also want to pass special messages like you did with Lost in Pain, or do you work a little bit differently for the lyrics for PRAETOR?
I kind of work the same way. The only thing I try to do is to write better English, because it can be really awkward. Yeah, I'm mainly not trying to pass messages, but I always try to write the lyrics in such a way where you can find yourself in a situation, or have a certain freedom on have the interpretation on the song. I don't like to tell you I wrote Enemy and I was thinking about death. Enemy can be a complete different thing for you, as it is for me. So that's the thing I always trying to do with my lyrics. So you, as a reader or the listener, can also put yourself in the song as you wish, as you might feel it. So yeah, but it always stays like now. The last album I wrote, The Spiral of Addiction. I know the name kind of reveals, but there's also hope in the album. There's also the will, the fistful will, of wanting to reach things and stuff. So there's a lot of negativity, but also with some light at the end of the tunnel, which is also a great thing. Hope. There's always hope, and yeah, never give up, that kind of thing. Even when you're like very in the deep part of the spiral, there might be someone picking you up from above. You never know. So, or something, or you never know. So yeah, that's mainly the things I write about without telling you directly what I was thinking or feeling myself.
Okay, so you inspire yourself from life in general, from
Life in general, daily situations, traumas, or trying putting myself in someone else's body. Wow, how is he feeling? He's completely out of his mind because he's homeless, and he's not being himself while thinking, because he's not sober. He's under alcohol or whatever. So yeah, and then you came up with such ideas, and you write albums with title names as Spiral of Addictions. And we ourselves, we also have our own addictions: working, smoking, coffee, cocaine, whatever. Not so cool,
I'm
but
for
yeah,
sure
whatever.
a coffee addict.
Me too.
I admit it. I
And since I
cannot
quit
live
smoking,
without
I'm
it.
eating a lot lately. That's not so good. Yeah,
Yeah, but this is the age too.
that's
I
true.
think. But yeah, I think I always say, okay, we get older, but we also get wiser, even if we have
Kind
a
of, yeah.
bit more weight.
Kind of. Yeah.
You know, you are the perfect example for my podcast because
Okay.
you could fit in the two categories. You could fit in music made in Lux, but you could also fit in música nacional, you know, because you are Portuguese origin. And I'm telling that too because I know that you did it already with Lost in Pain, but you also did with PRAETOR already. You toured here in Portugal.
Yeah, which is fantastic, a fantastic thing to do, and I recommend it to every band because it's kind of easy to say that because it's my country. Not, it is, but yeah, you eat great, so the people are great, and they kind of alive during shows, which is also very very cool for the band. If you have a crowd which motivates you, yeah, it's great. I'm not saying here it's not the case, but it's different. It's kind of different. So yeah, I
And
recommend.
there is a real public here for metal music. So metal music has a
Definitely.
huge followers here. And
And
you
also great bands, playing in Portugal. We had a great band here. Like last weekend, we had Godiva from Portugal,
oh
from
yeah,
Porto, which is a great band,
yeah.
really. And I played with Pitch Black, a thrash metal band in Porto when we were in Portugal, which is also a great band. Shutter Down,
Yeah, shut it
Cold
down. They're
Sweat
great.
from Lisbon, hardcore, really great too. A lot of bands, a lot of
Shut
great
it
bands.
down on my list too because I talked one day with one with the guy. They were also in Luxembourg. You were
Uh,
playing at Pai d'Algarve, I think, together, and that's where met the guys from Shutterdown, and yeah, they are really nice too. So, and you participated in one of the most important, one of the best metal festivals here. It's Vagos, and you know it's such an honor for it's an honor for a metal
for them.
band from
Sorry.
Portugal to be there. So for a metal band from Luxembourg who can play at this festival, it's amazing, I think. So
Yeah, why not? We also have cool bands in Luxembourg, so
yeah,
it's not like 20 years ago where that was not really the case, if I can, without being disrespectful. But nowadays we have enough bands where you could send anywhere in the world, and you don't need to be ashamed. So yeah, but
yeah,
it was
yeah.
a great experience, and yeah, we're coming back to Portugal actually. So yeah, we're playing Lauros Nobilis, which is also an ultra cool festival, which I recommend to everyone. It's really really cool, and also growing really fast. So it will one day be one of the biggest, definitely, and also Milagre Metaleiro, which every metalhead knows in Portugal, which is kind of one of my favorites too,
Oh my
personally.
God.
So because yeah, the bands are always great, the organization is really cool. You eat well, so which
Milagre
is really important.
Metaleiro,
It's an
it's
amazing
huge.
festival. Yeah,
It's so great. I'm so happy for you guys. Really. So I'm happy and I'm proud. I'm so proud that you guys
yeah.
go to the festival. Milagre Metaleiro is another one of the best festivals and the most famous metal festivals here in Portugal. So you did the best. You really participated in the best metal festivals here. And are you also already planning to do festivals also in other countries, or did you also play in other countries than Portugal and Luxembourg already?
Yeah, Yeah, we played. We tried to play a lot in France because yeah, it's like nearby and it's really big. Uh, you have to play a lot to have France covered. You know, we also played a lot of shows, quite a lot of shows in Germany, also in Holland, in the Netherlands, in Belgium too. Not as much as in Germany and France, but yeah, we also played in the Czech Republic, which we will return again in May. We'll do a small Europe tour where we're going to play. We'll start with the release party at the Rock Hall here in Luxembourg. Then we're going to Lyon. Then we're going straight to Italy, Budapest. Then we're playing the Czech Republic again. We're doing Berlin, Brie, Ostend. So yeah, and then in July we're coming to the south, like Portugal, and then we will also play in Spain one show at the Arcancho Festival. For now, it will be the only show in Spain. But yeah, we're doing really our best because we to tour in Europe. Since we're here in the center of Europe in Luxembourg, you're like perfectly located to do such things. So yeah, slowly but safely. Let's put it like that.
Wow, it's amazing, really, for a band, a metal band from Luxembourg to tour in the whole Europe like that, from the north to the south to the
It,
east. It's
Partly because
really
it's by
cool.
far not complete Europe, you know, that would be amazing because there's still a lot to do. There's still a lot to do, but I mean, we have already quite few plans for 2025. There's still 26 to go, so let's see what happens then. But yeah, this year it's really starting to get fully booked, but yeah, we're still reachable and accepting stuff. So if you're hearing me now, feel free to contact. But yeah, as
Yeah,
much as
I
possible
hope
because it's fun. And yeah, we have a
I
new
hope
album
to
to
see
present.
you.
So sorry.
Sorry. I hope to see you at the Hellfest. I hope to see you in Vaken.
I wish. I wish.
I hope to see you in Norway, the capital
Yeah,
of the metal.
Sweden, all that stuff. Yeah,
We never
let's see.
know. Do you work with an agency, or how do you
We
guys
do.
do the booking?
Yeah, we do. We work with Electric Chaos, but we also do our own thing, you know. So it's not like the agency where you have them as an exclusive booker, you know. They did the tours I just mentioned right now, which is a great work they did already. But we also book a lot of small things ourselves during the year on weekenders or smaller tours if you want to. But now those two tours I just mentioned is actually booked by Electric Chaos.
Okay, so for all the people who are listening to the interview and who want to have PRAETOR playing at their events, where do they have to contact you? Where can they find your
Yeah,
contact, and who do they have to contact?
anywhere on social media you can go for Electric Chaos or PRAETOR, and you write ourselves. So there's both ways to go.
Okay. Okay, so I hope people are listening to this, and you will have more dates,
Thanks.
and you are touring more than all the dates you already fixed. Why did you choose the name PRAETOR?
That was actually also a boarding game. Not Natalie, sorry, that was the basis for Lost in Pain. Alex and Noemi choose because there was a boarding game they played and it sounds cool, really. So, and for a thrash metal band, PRAETOR sounds really cool. We were thinking, so it was an easy choice. Really, it was
So,
not a long debate or a gigantic list of other names with brainstorms. No, they proposed that name, and everyone was like, "Yeah, sounds great," and it sounds great in every language, in our opinion. You know, you can once again you can say PRAETOR, you can say PRAETOR, you can say PRAETOR. You know, it's not wrong, so it's okay. You can misspell it, do whatever you want with it. So yeah, and it's
I
short,
always
you know.
like I always like to ask the bands about
Yeah, the name. Yeah,
the name
of course.
choice, because sometimes you have sometimes it's really simple, like you guys, you pick
Yeah,
the name and that's it, and sometimes you have cool anecdotes, you know, about like the Quinces band, they have a cool anecdote when they choose their name. So and now let's speak about your great release at the Rockall on the 2nd of May. So what can you tell us about the whole event?
yeah. We're mainly promoting, presenting our new album, which will be a new album of 10 tracks, original tracks, not covers, not live versions, no demos, no B-sides, 10 complete new songs written by ourselves, not by anyone else. And yeah, we're mainly presenting that. We're fucking shit up online, live. So you're coming to see how we play it live, basically. And there's also going to be the official comeback of Noemi, because as you also might know, she had a car accident, and the release party will also mark his comeback, if you want to. So yeah, we're playing mainly new songs. We will have Disdemonia, which are living legends, as Move, as the support bands, which will legendary support definitely, and we're super happy and stoked for that. So yeah, we're counting on you guys to come support uh, um, our new album, our new shit. We hope you will like it, because if we don't like it, we'll still do, and that's cool. So both ways are okay for us. But yeah, I hope
Yes,
you
you
come and you
cannot miss
enjoy.
that.
You're
You
coming
cannot
too?
miss.
You already have
I
the flights booked?
I don't have holidays, you know.
Damn.
I have to work because I still cannot live from the podcast or my music. Perhaps one day I will have this freedom to say I'm doing
Yeah,
enough money with what I really love to do,
I
and I
wish.
can, you know, if this day happens where I can live from I really love to do, I will not miss one single release of you guys, really. So because I already told you that when I was in Luxembourg the last time, a release for me is like the birth of a child, and
Kind of, yeah.
and for me, it really hurts me that I cannot be there to support all of you, you know, whenever I want, because I'm stuck with I have to have a job to pay
Of
my
course, but you
bills, and
support
so.
a lot. You support already. mm, I don't know, maybe more than other people, because you have platforms like your podcast, which is perfect for us to promote our new stuff. So thank you a lot for that. So you can't be anywhere, everywhere, and I learned that too. So you can't be everywhere, even if you wish so, and you don't want to say no to anyone. But yeah, it
But
doesn't work
believe
out.
me, I do not lose the hope that one day I will have the chance to live from my real what I really like to do, to be independent, to do my own money, and when this day happens, I will be able and I will be so happy to take the flight and be there
Mhm.
for all your releases, guys. So your release, we there will be also in October the release from Ptolemea's new album, and also from Ephemer, which are really close friends of me too, and great
Yeah,
musicians. And I don't want to miss this
of course not.
very important events, you know, and so yeah, for example, now on the 13th of June, the Rockcast will receive great musicians too for the Fête de la Musique, and I cannot be there too. So I I really keep the hope that one day I will have this chance to be free, to do my own stuff, to be independent, and to choose. Yeah, now I go to Luxembourg and I go to the release of my friends, of these great bands, great musicians, and also to do. No, I really wanted also one day to be at the releases, to do little videos, also to put in the podcast, and
Yeah,
interview you guys during
to
the
get
event.
some material. Yeah, of course, of course.
Yeah, and yeah, but
Mm.
everything happens at the right time. So I know this day will come. I also want about that. I want to thank all the people who do a donation, because I have a donation possibility through PayPal Me to buy me a coffee and TP. I always put the links also in the description of the videos, and you have the links on Linktree, on the Linktree of the podcast. And I really want to say thank you to the people who do the donations, because these people are the first to give me this possibility to make this dream come true,
That's true.
to be my own boss, and to travel for you guys, and to be at the important events. For me, a release is really like the birth of a child, and so it will happen. I know it. Thank you. Also that I am touched that you say that even if I am far away, it's like I
You
am
support, of
there.
course.
I
Yeah,
support. I do my best. I really do my
thank you
best
for that.
to help you, because you really deserve, all of you, all the musicians that come to through this podcast deserve to be recognized, deserve to be followed, to deserve that people discover your music. And yeah, and I want to also ask the people to go to the links here in the description of the video, and to follow the pages of the band, the social medias, the Spotify, the YouTube, to be always aware of every time PRAETOR has an event, every time PRAETOR has a release. You released a single also like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah,
So, do you want to talk about it a bit?
yeah, we can. It's the first single of the album. So basically the first song we wanted to put out, which also kind of it's kind of the resume from the album a bit. You know, it kind of uh, has all the themes in in the song if you want to. And it's a long song, but I think the video turned out pretty cool too. So
Yeah,
it's I hope you
it's
liked it.
cool.
So yeah,
It's cool. Yeah, there's a bit like a history, uh, and there's a character there, a
yeah, that's
personage.
one way where you can interpret the song, you know. So that's one way you can go to. But yeah, I hope people dig it. Trashers mainly, I hope. But yeah, I think it brings us back to the 80s, 90s. So that was I think that was our main goal when writing that stuff. Mm, and yeah, it still sounds live. I think uh, I was not doing kind of doublings on the voices as I did on the first album. I kind of let it stay raw as it is live, you know. And I think it turned out pretty well. As well for the drums and the guitar sound, the bass sound is really, yeah, you know, it sounds live, but it also has the modern sound in it, you know. So we wanted really to capture the live energy of the band. That was the main thing, and I think Spiral is one of the cool songs who also reflects that. So that's also one of the reasons why we wanted to put it out first.
And do you want to speak about the people who were working with the band for the
of course,
making of the video?
we recorded our album in France, and here in Luxembourg we kind of I recorded the vocals at home because I started a new job and my life went kind of 360 once again, and I recorded here, but mainly we did the stuff with Fabien Crusil's studio, which is a very cool producer. We worked with him already for the first album, so it was an easy choice for the second one. And yeah, we're really proud of what we did with him as a fifth member at that moment. So it was really cool experience to work with Fabien again. Yeah.
And for the music video, who was filming, editing the video, and
yeah, Davey is amazing because I personally I really don't like to turn to do videos. You know, I like to rehearse, I like to record, I love to play live, but I don't like to pose in front of a camera. I don't like that shit. So it's I don't feel well doing it. So and Davey, he really likes to motivate you. You know, he kind of he takes the song, he eats the song, he breathes the song, he you know, and he's like in front of you with the camera singing the song. He knows the lyrics better than yourself, and you wrote it. You
really?
know, yeah, he's so,
Oh,
and you're
great.
like so really motivated, and for me, it's almost the best. So and he works he's a maniac, so and he doesn't do it professionally. He can, you know, but as you do, as I do, we have our normal jobs, you know, our daily jobs which pay our rent and stuff. So yeah, but he's really passionate, and he that's really motivating, and it reflects when he's filming you or when he's capturing the moment. So and he already did the first clip we put out, No Return. Our first official single was No Return of the first album, and that's also the man who did No Return. So yeah, also an easy choice to go.
Okay, nice. It's nice. It's really nice to know. So I can also put his the link of his page
Of
here
course,
also
he's
if
calling
people want to
himself
work with him.
Asmodeus. So that's the name he's giving her himself. I can share the link with you, the Facebook link. I think
Okay.
he has a Facebook page. He does also really great pictures. He's a really cool live photograph too. So a really cool guy, as Fabian too, and Gianmarco. How can I not speak about
Ah,
Gianmarco, which did
Gianmarco.
an amazing job. I have the album right here. He's not released yet, but I can already show you. So here it
He's
is.
amazing. Gianmarco has it's my favorite
Here it is.
designer for sure.
That's the CD.
Gianmarco did the best logos and the best designs that I already saw. Great. He's great. He has
Here
such
it
a
is.
talent. A big hug for
He's
Gianmarco if you
amazing.
are listening to us.
And Marco, bello, ciao. There it is.
And he's
There you
also
go.
such a cool guy, you know. He's
He is.
amazing.
Here it
And
is.
he works a lot for what he does. And I know that when he started, I remember when he started, he also had to have two jobs, and so when he never quit, he really worked hard, and today he can also live from
That's
what
the
he
way
loves.
to go.
And he's a real example for us all. And Gianmarco, if you are listening to us, si tu nous écoutes, je t'embrasse très fort. And he did logos for me too, and for the musicians with who I worked when I was in Luxembourg. So everybody loves him. He's the best. So great choice. Great.
Thank you. Yeah, he did a great job. Absolutely.
Yeah, I will put the links of all the links also for these people here. So if other
Thank you.
musicians are listening to the interview, and if you are searching for web design, a designer, or for a video maker, or So I will put here the links, and you can contact these guys directly. Don't forget to go to watch the video of Spiral. It's a very, very cool video. It's very funny. It's real. It's good made, good edited, and it's very interesting. And you can also have an idea how all these guys worked, and also discover the song, just to discover the song, and also to motivate you to go on the 2nd of May. Don't miss that. 2nd of May at the Rock Hall. Go and listen to PRAETOR new songs, only original songs. Do you receive a first act too? Yes, Desdemonia, you said.
Desdemonia and Move, exactly.
Legend.
It's good to recall, so there's publicity again and again.
Desdemonia, Legends, the oldest metal band in Luxembourg. Everybody has such a huge respect. I
would stop telling they're old, because that's not really kind, but yeah. Okay.
No, they are not old. They are cool. They are great. And I was showing to Ricardo dos Santos from Heavenwood, I was showing the bands from the metal bands from Luxembourg. And he said, yeah, you have good quality over there. And I showed Desdemonia, and he was like, these guys are real old school, real good metal. Because Heavenwood has almost the same age than Desdemonia. They are. I dream one day to do a concert with the two bands together. Because
that would be cool. Yeah, why not?
They have almost the same age. Desdemonia is like 30 years old. I think
maybe. Yeah. I don't know for sure.
And Heavenwood too. So they started at the same time, So just you will have a wonderful first act with one of the best and one of the most respected metal bands in Luxembourg, and then you will have the new PRAETOR album presented by these amazing musicians. All the musicians are great, very, very talented, and you all do it with a lot of love and passion, and you are all very professional and
fun.
Yeah, you are, guys, and so don't
miss fun, that. That's the main thing. It's really fun.
At what time does it start? At what time do the doors
might start
open?
at 20, so you can have the Whoop and the Humpen, the Dikirch, the Ploffoding, the whatever. And then, it will start, I think, at 8, 8:30 with Move. Then we'll have Desdemonia, and we will start at 10 o'clock. Yeah. 10:15, I think, yeah. So don't miss out.
Okay. And Move, they are very funny. I like what they do too. They are more Luxembourgish style, but
they sing in Luxembourgish, nice. Which is really cool. So they're all, for me, they're only one of the only acts who sound really cool while doing it, actually. Yeah, but that's my opinion.
True. Yeah. That's true, and they also organize the Move Fest. I don't know if they still do it, but it's a very famous festival.
They do it. I don't think it's every year, but they do it. So it's a thing which comes back, and then it goes, and then it comes back. Yeah, as long as they're here, there will be the Move Fest. So
yeah, for sure, cool. For sure. So I will also put the link for the event here in the description if you want to go and buy the tickets. Yeah. Yeah, but
yeah, of course, all the links.
People cannot say I didn't have the information.
That's true.
So if I put everything, they will have no excuse.
That's true.
To not go to the event, and you can also buy the tickets already, and yes. So did I forget to ask something? Do you want to add something important that you want?
I think we're cool. You got the biography, which is cool to know. The way we write songs, we covered the release party thing. We spoke about the tour. I mean, yeah, it's really we talked about the support bands, a few things we did together, which is also cool to talk about. Uh, uh, it's really cool. Yeah, for me, I think we covered everything almost. But yeah, it's always like that. And then we end the call. And then I go downstairs to eat something. Oh damn, we could have spoke about that and that. So
Yeah, I also wanted to ask, how do you feel the feedback from the public with this project? When you go to play, do people come to you guys and give you their opinion, their feedback? And also when you are on stage, how do you feel the public?
um, it's I think it's been for me really personally. It's been a wild ride with PRAETOR. Really, with PRAETOR, it's been a super cool experience because we were kind of lucky and we got a lot of invitations to play in a lot of places as Republic Czech, in Portugal, a lot of shows in France, which were amazing to play, you know, where you had the crowds who really, yeah, had it going, you know, or as the show we played in Vigo 2 years ago, which was completely nuts, you know. Such kind of things are really, yeah. And it's in I kind of feel that it happens a lot, you know. So it happens, it's happening a lot, and it's a cool feeling to be part of that, you know. So I'm wanting to do it as much as possible, and yeah, I hope it keeps up a long time like that, you know, because I'm not telling you every show is perfect, you know, but it kind of
Mm.
feels great, you know. So even if it's a show with less people, sometimes it happens too, you know. But I think I have kind of a feeling there's always something very positive from every show. And that's a feeling I never had before PRAETOR, unfortunately, you know. But and that's really cool. So it's been a wild ride and a really cool experience personally. That's why I tell before everything, it's fun, fun, fun. So yeah, as long as it is fun, it's great, you know. So yeah, and worth it.
This sounds really positive. So, and this gives also hope for the bands to continue and to
Yeah.
continue to work and to grow too. And now, my final question that I do to all the musicians who already came to the podcast. If you meet a young guy, or somebody who begins to write his songs, or wants to start with his music career, or so, what would be the advice you would give to him?
Play with different people as much as possible and get as much as possible of advice of other musicians who are more experienced than you, older, you know. I think that's the best advice you can give. And yeah, record yourself, listen to yourself, criticize yourself. That's the only way you get better. So and never think you're the best or whatsoever. I think that's the baddest um, um, thing, not good thing to do. Let's put it like that. But yeah, I mean, getting advice from older musicians, from more experienced musicians, is the best thing you can do for sure.
You know, this advice was given by uh, a, a lot of other artists that
Okay.
I interviewed before you. So it's really a very important point, I think, for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Listen to the advice of the more experienced people, and don't take it like
Yeah,
an
for
attack
granted, and
or
yeah,
negative criticism. It's take it
exactly,
like a positive critic, and something that allows you to grow and to evolve
exactly.
musically, And this is really one of the most given advice from all the musicians I interviewed in this podcast until now. So it's really interesting, to
Yeah.
see the common points. You can come from anywhere in the world, but there are points that are always important, whatever the culture, whatever the music style, whatever.
Yeah,
Everybody gives the
it
same
happens.
advice. So it's really important
Cool.
to people, to you young guys, to you or young girls who are starting with your projects. Yeah, keep that in mind. Thank you so much, Hugo. This
Thank you.
was so great. It was so nice to interview you again, because I interviewed you already many times at Radio Ara, and I hope that you guys are still going there with Celine. She's great. She really deserves all the
I mean,
best.
I saw Obi and Lex, which is also very, very cool. So yeah,
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 these guys, they are the old school style. They are great.
definitely. Cosmic Trigger.
Yeah,
Thank you so
Cosmic
much,
Trigger.
Jessica. Thanks for your support, and see you on May 2nd at the Rock Hall.
You are so mean. Yeah, but
No, it's okay.
I will be there with you in my heart, with all my
I
heart.
know,
Yes,
I
I
know.
will. I
Thank you
will
so
write.
much.
I will send you a message to send you light
Thank
and
you.
good vibes, good energy. And yes, I will. My heart will be really with you guys. I will think about you a lot.
Thank you.
And I will ask the universe all the success for you too, because I know you work hard for your stuff, and like you said, you guys also have jobs aside. You don't only live from that, so it's not always easy. People sometimes, the public outside doesn't know that, and they think we are only going on stage and play and having fun, but
Yeah, they
it's not.
think we're going to buy Celine Dion's house. That's not true. That's one of our goals, but that's not true.
No, but a lot of musicians have a normal job aside, and they have to do this as a bonus. And so we really put our heart. All the musicians put the heart. And don't forget, so for all I know I repeat myself all the time, but it's very important, and YouTube asks for this kind of stuff. So if you really like this podcast, if you think it's worth it, if you want to support the music scene, if you want to support the artists, and if you want this podcast to continue and to keep this podcast alive, uh, the best way to help the podcast is subscribe to the channel, not only watching the video, but also subscribing to the channel, putting a like on the videos, share the videos, share also the links from the artists with your friends, make them be discovered. Do It's a way to do your part of the help. It only sharing the artist's page and the podcast. You don't even imagine how much you are contributing also to make them known, to help the music scene, to help the music, to keep the music alive, and you are contributing for the art. So yes, and it doesn't cost anything. Really, it doesn't cost you anything. You just have to click subscribe, click like, and share. And yeah, and for the
That's
people
all.
who want to comment, yeah, that's all. It's
Yeah,
all you have to do. It's like 1 minute to do the three things,
that's so true. Yeah,
and it doesn't cost anything. So really, and and it does such an impact, such a huge impact, very, very huge. And also people want to comment, you can leave a comment. And for the people who want to do a donation, you have the links to give a donation. All the money that you give for the podcast, I use it to improve the quality, to buy material. For example, now I have material that has a better camera, so to give a better image too, because the material I used before, sometimes the video was like stopping and the image was not so great. So I'm really trying to improve the quality of the podcast to give you the best experience, the best experience I can give you with what I have. I like this concept to keep it a little bit homemade too, you know. People like, for example, you are in your home environment, and it also gives the people this opportunity to see the artists in their own private environment. And this is also very great, you know, to discover you guys like this, and not only at the radio or at the TV, you know.
You should do an MTV Cribs.
Yeah.
Hey, welcome to MTV Cribs.
Yeah, but yeah, and also what is cool, to be independent, you know, to not depend from a TV or from
and then you're like in Luxembourg, I'll show you my garage.
Yeah, why not?
Where do you live, man?
Have a lot of success.
I have a garage.
Yeah. Yeah, but I don't think about it. Yeah, but it's cool. I had artists who had such nice environments. Paul Tran, for example, he really had like the beautiful light he put, and you know, it's really interesting to see the creativity of the musicians before the interview, what they prepare. And so, and it's I
didn't prepare anything
at the rehearsal room, you know?
I didn't even cut my beard, you know.
It's great. You look like a musketeer.
Yeah, I do.
Oh, you look like the guy from Metallica when he was younger, and he had his long hair. You know?
Yeah. He's missing some parts, but yeah. No, it's okay. Thanks a lot, Jessica.
Thank you too.
Thanks for having me. And keep it up.
Thank you all for all your help, whatever help you give. Follow the pages, go to the release. Tomorrow I will receive a musician from Portugal. His name is David Eusébio. He's a singer-songwriter, and he does also something very important aside of the singer-songwriting, but he lives from the music. But one thing he does is as a volunteer, and we spoke a lot about this. It's like he's going to old homes for old people, or hospitals, or schools. He plays for ill people, or for old people, or for associations, or for kids. And he does this as a volunteer, a little bit like therapy also for the people, you know. He plays to give them a little bit more of joy.
Great.
And we spoke about his music, so we spoke about him as a musician, but we also spoke about this aspect of him, and also about the impact that this has with the people, and also the feedback he receives from the medical persons who tell him the impact it does to the people when he finishes, for example, and the positivity that the music therapy and art therapy brings. I will also do a special edition where I really want to speak about music therapy, in general, but we already had the opportunity to speak about it, how it works here in Portugal, this kind of activity he does. And yes, so listen to this video. For people who don't understand Portuguese, you can activate the legends in the language you desire in the settings of YouTube. Don't forget that the podcast is also available only in audio version on Spotify, and I'm working also to put it on Apple Music. So if you want to listen to the interviews instead of watching the interviews, you can also go on Spotify. And yeah, the interview of tomorrow will be very interesting because David is a good musician too. And it will be very important to speak about this volunteer side and the positive impact it can make for the people outside. Thank you so much, Hugo.
Thank
All
you.
the best. And see you tomorrow, guys. Bye.